Chokozan, Chokozan, welcome back to another reading of Beyond the Veil. Let's get right into this reading. I've already scripted down some of the downloads that I already have. I have my pen, I have my paper, you know me and my scribbling, and I also have my cards just for more confirmation and so on. But let's first start with the downloads that I have written down. So most of the downloads are actually like songs, right? The first song that came up was American Boy by Estelle, if that's how you pronounce her name. And it basically talks about you meeting with someone that's just like, what can I say? Specifically, the actual song is actually about, I think it's an American person, someone meeting someone from America, and then having this like being infatuated is another word that I'm also hearing, but like being very involved with them and so on. And there was like this thing of a potential relationship coming up, and also like this chance. I'm also hearing a spark, like this chance to learn about the American culture. But remember that take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This could also just be in general about a relationship, that there's a spark and there's definitely something coming in about you learning about this person and their and their culture and just them in general. Like there's just that spark between the both of you, and this person is basically someone that is of, I'm hearing, higher value, right? And it's like they want to treat you that way, they want to give you that kind of a life and so on. Because I was also hearing the song from like the specific person, that you will only have eyes for me because I only have eyes for you. I think it's probably Womack, if I'm not mistaken. I'll check the artist for you, but the main part is, you will only have eyes for me, 'cause I only have eyes for you. So that's the part that has been playing in my head. And then the other songs that came through was Here by Alicia Cara. And basically the song is basically about someone having a very terrible experience at a party. And with them having a very terrible experience at a party, it's like they, called their mom to come and pick up or a parent or parental figure calling them so that they can come and pick them up, because they just feel like they're an outsider within that space, within the party and so on. And it mostly resonates for those that feel like, especially the introverts, people that feel like they're loners. They feel like whenever they get into big spaces, I'm hearing crowded areas, they feel like they're the odd one out. You might feel like you're the odd one out. You might feel like, because I'm also having this thing of like, it's something that makes you cry a lot, because it's like, why can't I be normal? Why can't I, even if you don't actually cry, it's like something that you do internally where you're like, I wish I was normal. I wish I was like other people. Because for some of you, it's like, it's something that you wish like would have been a thing, especially within your teenage years, because it's like you were always just the weird person, the weird one, the outsider, the black sheep, and so forth, and so on and so forth. So, but it also has this element of like depression and anxiety, and has this element of like being the wall, is what I'm hearing. It's like wanting to be like a wall. Like, it's also this thing of like, if they don't see me, they won't think about me, or they won't say anything about me. It's like you're constantly just hiding and just hoping for the best. And you're just like, you know what? I'll keep on staying out of people's ways. And somehow you end up basically, what can I say, suppressing your own emotions and suppressing who you're actually meant to be, right? And even if, yes, you might be an introvert and so on, when we say that who you're meant to be, it's not something like, oh, you have to be someone that's very outspoken and, yes, stand up for yourself. But we're not saying that it's going to force you into this, what can I say, force you into a space where you're going to have to be someone that you're not. Because already with the characteristics that you have right now, you are enough, is what I'm hearing. And you are someone that you are right now. Like, you're the person that you're supposed to be, right now. So you can't take away from your character, because this is part of your character, right? I'm hearing it's like customizing your avatar. It's like customizing yourself, customizing the way that you think, customizing the way that you wear clothes. It might be that is something that you've been trying to do. It's like you are constantly trying to get into people's styles, whether it's by like hairstyles or clothing or the way that they speak. I'm also seeing the way that they walk or the way that they just act. And it's like, that's not you. You have your own character. Customize it to your own, advantage. Customize it to your own, what can I say? But you get the point. You get what I'm trying to say, because I'm seeing like you just being like, oh, I saw this person, they do this, they walk like this, they do, because I was also hearing that as much as you're also admiring other people and basically like looking at them from afar and being like, oh, I wish I was like that person and so on. You should also realize that you're your own person and you can make things happen, even if you're not going to be making it, like, even if you're not going to be exactly the way that like those people are. Because for some of you, I don't think it's that admiration of like, oh my gosh, I actually wish I was them. To you, in your mind, it's like, oh, I wish I was like this person. But you have to realize in the long run that the only thing that's actually keeping you away from this is because you're constantly trying to hide yourself and so on. And not only that, it's also this thing of, you have to realize that you are your own person and that person is their own person, right? You know what I'm trying to say? It's like they are their own character, therefore you are also your own character. You can't go around looking at people's, characters and trying to take every single thing that everybody has and so on. You learn, is what I'm hearing. You learn from other people, like how to enhance this avatar, this character of yours, or this, but yeah, I'm also getting that with this whole customizing your character thing, it's like you want to get into this thing of actually finding your style, trying something new and so on. But yeah, but you're going to realize that something that works for other people is not something that's going to work for you within that moment, right? So that's something that you'll be realizing very soon. And then the song that I was also hearing is I'm Not Gonna Cry by Mary J. Blige. I don't know the actual like name of that song, right? But that one, we still had to go into it because that was just like a song that I just heard, specifically where it was saying, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry. Like, it was just a repeat of that same line. So it was connected to this song where I was, because it immediately popped up as soon as I heard Here by Alicia Cara, where it's like, maybe when you're around these people, again, like I was saying, it's like feeling emotional, I'm also hearing you're downplaying yourself. It's like, you feel emotional and so on, forgetting that the only reason as to why you might be feeling miserable within, open spaces and so on, it's because you are not feeding into this character of yours. You're not feeding into who you actually are, right? And on top of that, you've already created this image in front of people, and it's like you think that you're going to stay like that, and it's like you're not going to stay like that. You must remember that as you get older, things change, people change, you will change, right? Something that you like today might not be something that you like tomorrow. And it's okay for change to happen, because for some of you, it's like you're also beating yourself up about certain stuff, like, I thought that I liked this, but now I'm realizing that I don't really like that, and so on. And it's like, don't beat yourself up for that. You're literally growing. You are going to change. It's a part of life. People that would always try to make you feel bad about things that are changing within your life are people that don't understand life, is what I'm hearing. So that's another one that you need to know. Tulips are also, like the flowers, tulips are also very much significant, but also with the word tulips, like, it's like with your tulips, you are the one that gives power to you, like, to yourself, to your character. With your tulips, the things that you say from your mouth, it's what actually enhances your characteristics or assists you within your character building and so on. Because with your mouth, there's a lot of things that you can do. You can badmouth yourself and cause blockages for yourself, or you can speak well of yourself and bring in blessings and good luck. So it's like you're manifesting using the power of the tongue. All right. So you need to be careful about that. So the number 222 might also be very significant. Remember, alignment. I'm hearing misalignment. Right. And it's flashing red. Right. It's flashing red. It's like a constant thing. It's a constant button that's going on and off and so on. But let's get into the reading and let's see what is actually going on. The movie Hairspray might be significant. I'm also getting like body shaming is another one that you might have gone through. For some of you, it's not even from like a young age. It's also a thing of like you might have even had kids, or might have had some form of an illness that has caused your body to, yeah, because I'm also hearing someone saying shapeshift. Like, people are thinking that, oh, you shapeshift and now, yeah, because I'm also hearing like bad comments, like, oh, did you see that person's body? Did you see how they look now? Did you see how they, you know? But then I'm hearing pay them, like, don't pay attention to those comments. Don't pay attention to those people, because the main theme of your life is to show people that they will never understand what life is about if they are constantly having a negative thing to say about someone. Because when people are too busy focusing on saying or commenting negatively on someone else's life and whatnot, while you're actually doing things within your life, it shows that their life is not that interesting for them to even just be focused on what they're doing and who they are and the things that surround them or that concern them. So you need to understand that. Okay, let's see. Honey might be significant. I'm seeing the Hangman within my mind's eye. It's like, I'm also seeing Bon Kono, like it's your grandmothers that are also pushing the thing of like, don't pay attention to these people. I'm also hearing a recital. It's like you need to recite certain things to yourself. Possibly affirmations, because I'm also hearing self-affirmations. Yeah, because I'm hearing you're the best, you're the best. Yeah, look at this. The strength card came out, right? So, now, with the first card that came out, it was the High Priest. Okay, you're someone that is very wise, right? Very wise. I'm hearing it's like you are, what can I say? It's like when people see you well, it's like you're very well articulated, right? You're very well articulated. You're very well, like, you're very organized. You're someone that's very organized, right? And it's like you have so much knowledge in a lot of things. But I'm seeing with this thing where it's like those who seek proper knowledge or wisdom actually come to you, because they know that you actually hold that, like, you hold that, what can I say? It's like you hold a very respectable position within their life. So it's like once there's a situation, they come to you and they know that you're not someone that's going to bluff when you talk to them. You're not someone that's going to lie to them and be like, oh, you know, when there's a problem, you tell them, okay, this is the problem, this is what it is, and so on. And if you don't like it, change it. You know, you're the type of a person where it's like you're always just honest with the people around you. So I'm also hearing it's like those who are around you are blessed to have someone as wise as you. With the High Priestess is what I'm getting. So with the Knight of Cups, it actually confirmed the whole situation about a potential relationship is what we are having, right? And then on top of that, we had the Fool upside down, Judgment, and also the 10 of Wands in the two-way and the Strength card. Let's start with the 10 of Wands, okay? With the 10 of Wands, when it's upside down, it basically just teaches us, it's like you're learned that keeping quiet is not going to assist you with anything. Closed mouths don't get fed is what I'm hearing from this card, where it's like you can't keep on saying, oh my god, I'm struggling, I don't have anyone to support me, but you're the same person that keeps quiet, because to you it's like you've created this idea that I don't need anyone, I'm fine, and so on. But I'm also hearing it's like it's not your fault, because it's like, because I'm hearing it's not your fault, but it's your fault when you know that you are grown enough and you are well aware that once you need assistance, you can actually ask for assistance. I'm also hearing guidance, right? Some of you might be wanting some form of guidance, and they're saying that you also need to learn how to say no, because this card mainly, I know that especially when it's upside down, it talks about being very careful with your energy, right? Because it's like people will use your energy and then play. I'm also hearing like tricks on you and so on, right? They will play tricks on you where it's like they want to make you feel somehow. When you do certain things for them, they always just make it seem like it's not enough for them, and it's like you'll never be good enough for them. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like be careful. because that's how people can trap you into the cycle of constantly giving and giving and giving and giving when they barely do anything in your life. Now, with the 10 of Wands upright, it talks about being burnt out and also being taken for granted. With the Fool upside down, it talks about being reckless and being naive and also procrastinating. You should stop being naive. I'm also hearing you should stop being gullible. Okay, you need to protect your energy. You need to focus on you. And it's like these people, I'm also hearing the line, vengeance is for me, says the Lord. Okay, because I'm also hearing it's like many people play on, they like using your innocence and so on. Because even with the 5 of Cups, it just came out right now, it talks about you being focused on a loss, you basically walking into unwelcome like changes and so on, and trauma, right? I'm also hearing trauma dump. Like you're someone that people mainly trauma dump on, but once you need to talk, it's like your mouth is shut. Because even with my mouth, it's like your mouth is shut. You're afraid of speaking because you're afraid of offending people. You're afraid of people thinking that you're too much, and it's like there's no such thing as too much. There is no such thing as too much. So you should understand that. Because even with the Judgment card, they're saying that you need to self-evaluate. Okay? As you are currently, some of you might be going through awakenings, but most of you, it's also a thing of forgiveness. You need to learn how to forgive yourself, because it's like we learn as we go, is what I'm hearing from you guys. We learn as you go, but then it's also a thing of they wish that you wouldn't make the same mistake where it's like you chose everything else over yourself, over what your heart desires, over what your main purpose is, and over what you've always wanted to have in your life or experience and so on, right? So you need to stop doing that. You need to stop choosing everything else or everyone else but yourself. You need to stop doing that, because that's not helping you with anything. Okay, let's see what else they have for us before we move to the next few cards. Last shuffle for this one. What is it that we need to know? What is it that we need to know? Yeah, we're having the 9 of Wands in a two-way, but mainly they're saying that you're stubborn and you are currently quitting at the last stage of something, right? And it's because you're currently drained and you've been pushing through it. I'm hearing, look at this, the King of Coins. You're quitting at the last stage. This was the card that came after. And they're saying with the King of Coins, you must know that you're actually going to be successful. You're going to be much happier. But it's giving this thing of people, it's giving this energy of people will call you crazy before this thing that you want to, that you're working on actually blows up. People will call you insane and so on. Because I was also hearing endurance for some odd reason, right? Yeah, the 9 of Swords. What the hell did I say? What did I say? They're talking about reaching out, learning to cope, and hope for tomorrow. Some of you going to counseling, some of you investing in journaling, some of you even just having this thing of like actually being with people that actually listen to you and help you with your problems, like making you feel like you're less of a burden is what we're having, right? Because now it's like you have put yourself in this constant depression of feeling like I'm not worthy of the love, I'm not worthy of this, I'm not worthy of that. Because it's like you're constantly trying to work for everything. You're working for everything. You're working at work, you're working for your family, you're working for your friends, you're working, but you're not working for yourself. And when I say working for your friends and working for, I mean it in a way of like, when they need someone, you are there. When your family needs someone, you are there. At work, when they need someone, you are there. But when it comes to yourself, all of a sudden, you're clocked out, you're tired, you're burnt out, you want to go MIA, like missing in action, be quiet and whatnot, be alone. But even when you're alone, the thought creeps up to you that, oh my God, I'm alone. Dang, and you just sit there and you're like, I don't have people. And it's like, no, look around you. There are people. You just keep on choosing the wrong ones. You just keep on trying to depend on the wrong ones. you can see with certain people that as much as yes, you can trust them with your energy, and oh, right now you feel like you're trusting them with your energy. As soon as someone does not give you that access to be like where you can actually share with them and be honest and basically tell them about anything and everything, then just know that that person is not your friend, that person is not actual family, that person is not meant to be within your space, because now you're just a therapist at this point. You're just someone that they use when they need, it doesn't even have to be them like trauma dumping. It can simply be things of like, oh friend, I need this and this and that. But once you call, once there's no bread on the table and you need the money, or you need whatever, or you need, nobody's answering the phone. Nobody's answering the phone, right? And talking about phones, we even had, for more confirmation, right? Communications and so on. With the communications one, I'm seeing like a white envelope, as in like money probably coming in, like from an extra job or something like that, for those that have been wondering if money is ever going to come in. For others of you, it's like an informal letter from someone. For some odd reason, it might not be an actual letter, it might be via text and so on, but it's like something is coming in. I was also hearing like some form of like a contract, right? But yeah, I want to actually understand what kind of communication might be coming in at this point. Cake might be significant, maybe your birthday is around the corner, or there's some form of like not a celebration per se, but like maybe someone's birthday that's coming around, and this person, you might be like, they might be, yeah, it might be a person that's like from the past that you're also thinking about, like should I text, should I not text, and so on, or it might be them. But they're saying with the 8 of Cups that you're currently having this fear of moving on, and with you clinging onto this, we know what happens. You get delayed, you stay in the same position, and so on. What else is this? What else is there? This is the last shuffle. This is the last shuffle. What else do you want to tell to your collective? Years are very significant. Yeah, years are very significant for some odd reason. But the last card that came out, yeah, it might be that even now with the Empress upside down, you feel like, you know what, you're very needy and you're experiencing the coldness from people every single time. Yeah, because I'm hearing, why the switch up? Like, why is it? Please don't mind, I'm busy scribbling as why the switch up? Okay, why the switch up? It's like once I talk, all the ears just close immediately. But when people start talking, I need to listen to what they're saying. I need to understand what they're saying. I need to get where they're coming from. Also, with the whole understanding where they're coming from, it's like whenever there's a situation that's surrounding you, people don't take it as seriously, and it affects you mentally, because to a point where it's like, again, I can't really depend on anyone. I can't say anything because the people in the beginning didn't believe me when a certain situation had happened. So how come I'm going to bring forward certain information like this? Because if they could just ignore me like that, what makes you think that they're going to listen to me right now? And it's like, you must remember that you're listening to the wrong people. Okay, gin might be significant. You might actually be consuming alcohol because of this thing. Maybe even because you're stressed is what we are getting. Elephants are also very significant, or addressing the elephant in the room. What else? I'm also hearing coke might be significant. Maybe your but I'm also hearing acid refluxes. Acid refluxes. Okay. I'm also hearing angel. Maybe it's a name, maybe it's a nickname. I'm seeing the number 38, 44, and like a feather, but then at the same time they're saying a wing. I'm hearing, let me cover you with my wing. It's like taking you in and just being like, it's fine, I'll take care of you because I understand. Let's get more information on this. Let me first shuffle the cards. So with the other cards, what we have here is a couple of messages that might be coming through, because for some of you I was hearing that it could be that the person that's trying to communicate with you is someone of the past and so on. And I really personally, guys, I'm also tired. I don't really like doing such readings, but a message is a message. So you felt abandoned by this person, and it's like right now they're currently noticing their mistakes and so on. But it's like I'm hearing I'm moving on, like, you know, like I don't have time for this, you know. And I'm loving that for you guys. I'm loving that for you guys, because this person made you feel like very trapped when you were with them. That you might have even had secrets when you were around them and so on. And this person is basically just another lesson, right? They're supposed to be in the past. Like, leave the past in the past is what I'm hearing. And this person might have given you like mixed signals and messed up big time when it came to your guys' situation and so on. And they might have caused you a lot of pain, and now it's like you were in this energy of clinging onto them and clinging onto the fact that, okay, I can fix this, because I was hearing this, the fact that it's like, no, I can fix her, or I can fix him, or, you know, and it's like, I can fix this. And it's like, you're not Bob the Builder, neither are you Barbara the Builder. Okay, you can't fix things. You can't fix things that have caused you to be misaligned, because remember that you are misaligned because of such energies. I'm also hearing such entities. It might be that some of them like using certain things on you and so on, so you need to be careful. Okay, so yeah, right now it's like, again, divine feminine energy. Remember, like I always say, that just because you're a man, it doesn't mean that you can't be within your divine and feminine energy. It doesn't make you gay. It's just more about the approach of life. It's like in terms of being masculine, when you're constantly grinding, constantly doing things, constantly working hard. Instead of that, you're actually in this energy. It's like being peaceful. I'm also hearing North Node. For those that are into astrology, you need to check something up like around your North Node. I don't know what, but I'm hearing North Node. It might be something that you also know, maybe it's a certain keyword and so on. I'm also hearing it's like there's something about a certain password and so on. So it's like a formula to something. But anyways, it's like where you are right now, it's like you're trying to be unbothered. You're just in this energy of like, I'll just let everything come to me, because, you know. And it's one of those things where it's like, I remember we were being told by a mentor where he mentioned that when you're at a certain place and people can see that you are actually the best worker there and so on, they can't retrench you, or, you know. So that's the way that you are in people's lives. But once they mess up, it's this thing of, you have to understand that once the company is not providing the way that you need to, you know, you need to dip. You need to leave and go where you actually wanted, where you actually I'm also hearing adored and appreciated. So that's the kind of energy that we're having with the situation, where it's like you were their best worker in their life. Like, you were constantly taking care of them, nurturing them, doing everything in their life, like checking up on them. Oh, hey, how are you? You made time for them, but you failed to make time for me, is what your inner child is saying, right? So you need to focus on making time for yourself. Okay. Also, another thing is that you're also making time for the past, and it's like, stop it. We are in the present, going to the future. What happened in the past stays in the past. Now, we are also having something that I was like, oh, first, like I said, with this person, it's like with them coming in, there's going to be this unexpected energy of like exchanged energy, where they're going to be coming through because of some form of stress situation, where they can see that, you know what, since I messed up and so on, things are not really going that well. I'm trying, but there's nothing happening. But, you know, I wish that I had this person with me and so on. If they were here, I know that they would do this for me. They would just give me, you know, shed some light on me, because like I said, you know, being very wise, being very smart and so on. But the exciting thing is that, like, again, like I said, that potential relationship that's coming in, or, you know, you need to pay attention to that, because this person is just willing to, like, they're willing to give you their all, is what I'm hearing. But now it's like, again, you have to have this change of mindset. You have to have this change of heart. You have to have this thing of like, I'm better off without the past. I'm better off without the past and its problems and its people and its places. Okay? So just keep it pushing. Keep it pushing is what I'm hearing, right? And on top of that, for those that have been wondering if either they are going to have the, you know, family of their dreams and so on. Yes, for those of you that have been, you know, wondering if there's going to be any form of family and so on, yes, you are actually in the stages of building that foundation. For others of you, I'm hearing that even if you're not planning on having kids or building a family right now, maybe because you feel like I'm too young and so on, I still have things to do, it's like you are currently building the foundation, like a proper foundation for your future family or future kids, where it's like, yeah, because I'm hearing someone that's healed, someone that's better, someone that's different from the people of the past, someone that's better than people like your parents, maybe if they were like terrible parents and so on, or terrible guardians in general. It doesn't have to be parents. I'm also seeing someone that's like an orphan, where it's like, since I didn't have parents, I'm going to make sure that my kids have parents. Since I didn't have this, I'm going to make sure that my kids have the education. Since I didn't have that kind of a situation. So yes, that is definitely coming in. And with this person, for those of you that are actually going into the relationship stage and so on, I'm hearing that it's going to be like the honeymoon stage. Like, not always, but you get the point where it's like your relationship is going to feel like a honeymoon stage in general, where it's like it doesn't end. You know, the love is never ending, is what I'm hearing. It's everlasting, is the proper word that I'm hearing from you guys. So that's very exciting. Now, going back to the person, oh, guys, this message is a very huge message. But going back to the person before we even end the reading and so on, we have two different, you know, because I've already shuffled already. To the person that might be trying to communicate with you, the messages that they have is that they try to run from this connection, but their soul still craves you. That's the first one. The second one is that they might have even used this whole thing of like, oh, I was like, whenever they text, they're like, oh, I was just focused on life. I was just having a lot of things happening at once, you know, and they were not really bothered by being worried about you because, you know, whatever, they thought that you'd still stay by their side. I'm also getting like guilt tripping, gaslighting kind of vibe, and it's like, don't pay attention to it. Right, I'm hearing don't play the game, because this is where the game will start. It's like once they DM you, once they email you, once they, I don't know what, because I feel like I'm hearing it's like this person is blocked, like everywhere, like block, 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 you know. So they're saying that I think of you at night when the world is asleep and my mind is awake, right? But I'm hearing your grandmother being like, I bet you didn't think of this situation when you did this to my child, is what I'm hearing her say. You have a very strict grandmother. And they're saying that they're embarrassed about their actions and feel disgusted with themselves. I'm hearing your grandmother saying that it serves them right. And they're saying that at that time, it was a thing of, without telling you, for some of you it's like you knew, for others of you it's like you didn't know. They're saying that at that time they were seeing someone, but they were not ready to tell you about them. They were not ready to tell you about, you know, that there's someone outside, you know. And also, yeah, then they want to come and play this thing of like, again, gaslighting with emotions, saying things like what this card, it says, I cannot be vulnerable with you. I'd rather hide the darkness before I let you see inside me. And it's like, that's something that they always used against you, because that's how they know they can lure you in, because you're someone that's nurturing, you're someone that wants to give to people, you want to take care of them, and that's how they keep you trapped, by saying things like, oh, you know what, no, I have a very dark past, you know, I don't really want you. But really, they are the dark past. It's not like, I'm just saying. So they're saying that they feel abandoned by you, and it's triggering their childhood traumas right now, and that they have many regrets that keep them from moving forward, or like from you and so on. And lastly, they're saying that, yeah, this is actually a you. Yeah, because I'm hearing your grandmother saying that this is basically you within the situation. She's saying that I need to free myself from fear and doubts. I am a caged bird. You're caging yourself with the things of the past. You're creating this cage mentally, and then you are shocked why you are trapped. Remember, two lips. The things that I say just because of the emotions that I feel, that are temporary, mind you, affect my entire future, affect my outcome in general. So you need to be careful. So yeah, this person, it's like they just came here for you to just be a caregiver to them. And with the party situation, it came up, it might have been that at a party there might have been something that traumatized you a lot, because there was some form of a traumatizing incident that might have happened, because we had an organized crime, a party, a cleanup, a runaway, like something where it might have involved like a shooting also, but we're also getting it's like just a murder of someone. Or even then it would have been that at that party you were saved by the fact that you decided to leave due to how uncomfortable you felt, which is why your guys were like, do not change your trade because you'll end up in places that you're not supposed to be at. So it's things like you need to pay attention to your instinct. Sometimes it's not your gut, sometimes it can be your like, I can't say anxiety all the time, but like there's that thing in your head where it's like once you feel like you're an outsider and you're like, oh, I just want to go home. And then you get home and you're like, let me go to sleep. Next morning you hear that, oh my God, people got bitten by dogs and things were just crazy and stuff like that. You're like, oh, I'm so grateful that I stayed home, or I wasn't at the party, or I left early, is the kind of situation that we're having. But again, it's like you're trapping yourself, the caged bird. You're trapping yourself with this mindset that it's like, I need to be different. I need to be very loud. I need to be open. I need to be an open child. I need to be, but they're like, don't hide yourself. Yes, you can stay on the down low, but don't hide yourself. It's giving this thing of like, people do feel your presence despite how anxious you might be, or someone that's very like, hesitant and reluctant when it comes to certain things. They can feel that you're very powerful and so on. And they're saying that don't hide yourself. Just be yourself. You're already powerful by just being, is what I'm hearing. So it's like with the situation, again, social media, remember the text messages and the incoming communication and so on. But again, it's like this thing of like, this person made you feel like trash, and it's like now you are clearing out all that trash and coming back with this sense of like this new faith is what I'm hearing. It's like this new perspective on life because you are tired of being a caregiver. It's time to take care of yourself. Anyways, thank you for listening to this reading. I'm so sorry for the long reading. It's a very huge collective, but thank you for listening to this reading. I'll catch you in the next reading. For those that still want to book your readings with me, you can still book them. Currently, I'm available for yes or no text readings. But yes, it's it.